Right, as you might have seen from my post yesterday, I've got a new Rhodes. It's the Mark 8, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I just want to go through the differences. As you can see here, this is my old Mark 1, which is 50 years old. Okay, so these pianos made 50 years apart, and I just want to demonstrate the differences between them. So they're both set. I mean, this has got a preamp and an EQ. This is set flat. That's just a passive. It's like plugging a guitar in. There's no electronics in there, no active electronics. So you basically plug the cable into the amp. Everything's coming out of my Vox AC15 at the moment. Just so you can hear the differences between them. The volumes are set equally, so let's have a listen. So, as you can hear, there's a few differences. It's mainly the Mark 1 there, I would say, is a bit more middly. It's got more mid frequencies in, whereas this is more maybe a scooped EQ, which is actually, I'm finding when you compare old recordings, sonically, say from the 60s, they seem to have more mid-frequencies in there, and as you progress through the 70s and 80s, things become more scooped. You've got much more top end, much more bottom end going on. And so that, I think, is shown in these two instruments. Just the sonic footprint of the eras going by. So that's mid-70s, more mids. This is mid-20s, more scooped. So what I'm going to do now, because that's basically all that does. You've got a bass boost on it, but apart from that, that's sort of all it does. Whereas this thing has got lots more going on. We've got effects, we've got the EQ, there's a drive circuit, there's an envelope circuit, so you can make it sound like a wah. You've got compressor, chorus, phaser and delay. It's all stereo. So what I'm going to do now is DI it straight into the computer through the desk and let you hear what all of these. Oh, there's a vary pan as well, which is like the old suitcase thing. It will do the stereo panning thing. So yeah, let's hear that. So one of the things that I really like about the Mark 1, actually there are a couple of things. One is there's like a bell-like quality round about just above the middle register of the keyboard, which is really nice. And there's also sort of a bark that's round the bottom. And this new Rhodes has got both of those. You might have to just adjust a couple of things to get it, but the EQ settings that I've found just in the last couple of days of playing about with this, if I just turn up the low end a touch and turn up the high end quite a bit, so it's almost on full, you'll get this sort of high end bell-like thing, and you'll get the bark. I mean, the bark sort of is there anyway, but so if I take the high end off, fantastic sort of barking sound. So that's cool. Another thing that I really like about the old one is you can sort of hear the tines, not rattling a bit, but when the hammer releases, it's got this little sound, and the new one has that as well. You can hear that little tinny sort of after the note finishes. So that's quite cool. That's still part of the character of the new one. So if we just look at some of these effects, and I'll demonstrate some of these. So we've got the drive. And you can really go to town with this one. So you've got that. You've got this envelope feature, which is sort of, it turns into a wah type of auto wah thing. So if you turn the envelope knob up, and then you've got to adjust the mid gain, so you turn that up, and so it responds to velocity basically. You just adjust the mid frequency as well. That's cool. What else have we got here? Okay, so the vary pan, which, like I said before, this is like in the suitcase, the old suitcase Rhodes, where it sort of pans between the speakers, and there's lots of different wave, well, 4 different wave options. So I normally have these things set quite subtly. But you can do the hard pan thing if you do the square wave. Speed and depth. You can take it into ring modulator territory. So we've got that sort of thing. You've got a compressor, which again I tend to have this quite subtle. Switch it on. So you've got that really punchy attack. Off. On. Do that. It's got a really nice chorus. Do loads of stuff with that. That's that. You got the phaser. That's quite cool. And then finally there's the delay. So again, you can adjust the depth and the rate, all of that thing. There's also alternative options for messing around with these controls. You can go a bit deeper. Like for instance with the delay, you can see how analog you want it to sound, as if it's a tape delay, how badly worn your tape is, and all that side of things. But yeah, so that's the new Rhodes Mark 8.